School's officially out and summer break is here, so I'm coming at you with a super quick and seriously delicious fresh new recipe. I'm making a salmon and pesto flatbread pizza that looks fancy, tastes amazing, but is so easy to put together. Hi, I'm Tara the Foodie and I take the mystery out of cooking for you. Now let's get cooking. The first thing that you want to do to make this delicious salmon and pesto flatbread pizza is grab yourself some prepared pizza dough. Now I've used stuff like this before. It's a great shortcut. You can either get the kind that comes in a tube like this or prepared dough from your local pizzeria or grocery store. And then go ahead and grab some olive oil that you can spray or an oil spray that you have on hand and just lightly spray your pan so that the crust will brown nicely on the bottom. So since I did choose the tube version of the crust, I must release it from the tube. You have to whack it. There it is. Explosion. All right, and then we let it fall out just in a sad fashion. You take your dough and just unroll it, and these doughs I like because they are already a rectangle, so it's really easy to form these into your sheet pans. So just kind of put it in the middle, and then you're just going to start spreading out the dough until you are able to cover pretty much the entire bottom of this sheet pan. While I'm working so hard to stretch out this dough, I just wanted to ask you, are you subscribed to this channel yet? I don't even know what to say to you if you're not. I make pizza a lot, honestly. I don't know why, but I just kind of come back to ideas for pizza, because pizza is just a never-ending blank canvas that you can just come up with new ideas for any meal. Everything I make is delicious, and you love it, and you know it because you keep coming back. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscription button down below, and make sure you also click that notification bell because that will alert you. Like the oven just alerted me.
What happened there, babe?
Preheat your oven to 400 degrees because the oven has got impeccable timing and just on cue letting you know that I should have told you to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So do that. But click that bell so that you are alerted anytime I make a video.
Who is going to want to miss out on this beautiful face?
No. Once you have your dough spread out onto your sheet pan, you want to go ahead and pop it into a 400-degree oven for 8 minutes just to pre-bake the dough.
Whoa. Get at least a little shot of that. That's why we're here, folks. Oh.
So while your crust is pre-baking in the oven, you have some time to go ahead and start frying up your salmon fillet. So I'm holding here one of my favorite shortcuts, and this is going to your local grocery store and buying meats or fish that are already kind of pre-marinated. And this happens to be from Aldi, the Mediterranean herb salmon portion. And it's so easy because you just remove it from the package and start frying it up in your pan. Now, if you don't have this type of pre-marinated salmon in your store, you can definitely just get a fresh piece of salmon. This is a little under a pound, and you'll just hit it with some salt and pepper or your favorite seasoning. Honestly, it's all gonna work out just the same. First thing you wanna do is turn on your pan to high. You wanna get this heated up pretty well. Once your pan is heated up, you wanna go ahead and add a little oil to your pan. I'm gonna go ahead and use my oil sprayer again, because you just want a light coating of oil. And then I'm going to take this filet and again, just put it skin side down. Now go ahead and just let that salmon fry undisturbed for about 5 minutes or so. About halfway up the salmon, you will eventually see kind of a cook line. Once you see that, you know that it's time to flip your salmon over. All right, so like I was telling you now, if you look at this piece of salmon, you can see there is a line starting to form here where it's kind of almost turning white or like a really light pink. That is the cook line. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over. And as you can see, the bottom of the salmon is nice and crispy. Now, when you're frying your salmon, take note on how thick your salmon is. This filet is not so thick. It's only about like that all the way through. So it's going to take less time to cook. Plus, I want you to only cook your salmon about medium rare. Because remember, we're going to be chopping this up and putting it on top of a pizza that's going back in the oven. So it is going to cook a little bit more. So for this filet, for this thickness, it's only going to be about another minute. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull this off and let it cool on a plate. So I have my crust out of the oven, and it's time to spread on the pesto. You can make your own pesto, that's great, do that if you would like, but it's real easy to buy it, and the jarred stuff is really delicious. So go ahead and buy a jar of pesto. If you don't know what pesto is, it's basically ground up basil leaves with pine nuts, garlic, olive oil, and Parmesan cheese.
Do you know how they get it to taste so good?
How?
It is all mixed together between the bosom of an angel.
Oh, God. Okay. So, well, this angel with the ample bosom is going to go ahead and get a nice big spoonful of pesto and just plop it down. It's going to be about 3 big kind of tablespoons, but kind of put some blobs down on your pre-baked pizza crust. And then you just want to spread it out, and it's not supposed to be super thick or anything. You want to get this herbed olive oil flavor all over the bottom of your crust. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our shredded Gouda cheese. Now, I do usually shred my own cheese, but I am all about the shortcuts today. So I went ahead and bought shredded Gouda cheese. Now, this is not a heavy, cheesy pizza like I normally do. You want to see the pesto peeking through the strands of cheese, because you're meant to taste the cheese, but not be completely overwhelmed by the cheese. If this was a regular pizza, I would unload this whole entire bag. I used about half of it, so 4 ounces about. And then grab some Parmesan cheese, like a wedge of Parmesan cheese, or if you already bought it grated, that's fine too. And for this kind of hard Parmesan cheese, I like to use a microplane. And I'll go ahead and link one here now, because it really grates it really fine. So you can just go ahead and grate it right over top and see how fine that comes out. And again, you just want a dusting of this nutty, salty Parmesan cheese. Now grab a container of grape tomatoes. I like grape tomatoes over cherry tomatoes because I find them to be just a bit sweeter. So just grab a little handful of them, and we are going to chop these up. So I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it in half and then just kind of chop them into tiny pieces like that. So I moved the tomato, the diced tomato off to the side. Now we got to cut up our delicious salmon. So go ahead and take a sharp knife, and you just want to cut it just into cubes, basically. So cut down so that you're getting through the skin too. There is so much good stuff in the skin. Your omega-3 fats are in the skin. Lots of vitamins are in the skin. So don't miss eating that. And now take note, you can see that if you look at your slices here before I cut it up into dice, it is medium rare, almost on the side of rare, because again, we're gonna put it back in the oven so that the cheese can melt and the crust can get nice and golden brown, and that will further cook your salmon, making it just perfectly cooked on your pizza. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it into cubes. Now it's time to add our diced tomatoes to the pizza. This, as you can see, just adds a beautiful color right away. Just kind of scatter them about. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab some salmon, just with my bare hands, and just start scattering the salmon about on your pizza as well. And I am going to put a lot of salmon on this pizza. If you got this at a restaurant, they would be skimping, they wouldn't be putting enough salmon on this. The problem with that is you're eating pizza with just a little bit of protein on it, so you won't get satiated, you won't feel satisfied, and you'll keep eating piece after piece after piece, which sure, it's delicious, but it's better to have more salmon on it, in my opinion, so that you get more protein in every piece. So if you've made it this far in the video, well, we are almost there already. Now, all that's left to do is place this back into the oven for 8 to 10 minutes or until the cheese is melted and the crust is golden brown. Now that I have the pizza back out of the oven, it looks so delicious. Golden brown crust. You want to go ahead and slide it off of your sheet pan onto a cutting board. Now go ahead and grab a pizza cutter and cut the pizza at this stage. We're going to put a few more things on top of this, but it's much easier to go ahead and cut it now and then dress it so that it's ready to serve. I'm going to hit it down the middle first, and now I'm going to do another row here, and then over here, and then over here. Try to make the pieces equal as much as you can. So as you can see, I'll show you the bottom of this crust is absolutely perfect. Wonderful golden brown right there. And now, this is the final touch. You don't have to do it, but you do. So you want to grab yourself some fresh arugula, scatter it all over this pizza. It makes it look so beautiful and rustic, and it adds this fresh peppery flavor. So now you want to take a good extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to drizzle this now over top of the pizza just lightly to give the greens a little bit of a glisten. And when you have a good extra virgin olive oil, you can just smell it. Like I can smell it because it hit the warm pizza. It's delicious smelling already. Now to bring out the flavors of everything, but especially that wonderful olive oil that you just drizzled onto your pizza, you want to add some sea salt. And I'm using pink Himalayan sea salt. So I'm just gonna get some between my fingers and just sprinkle it onto the pizza. Well, this is one beautiful flatbread or flatbread pizza, whatever you want to call it. I mean, if this came out at a restaurant, served to you with a nice cold beer next to it, oh, that is a good night out. And you can make this easily in your own kitchen so quickly. There's nothing to it, as you just saw. So now, it is my favorite time of every episode, time to taste. Well, I cannot wait to bite into this. Here goes nothing. That is so good. But wait, before I go on, it's time for the flavor breakdown. When you bite into this pizza, you've got that crunch of a thin crust, and the crust has this buttery and herby taste to it because of that amazing pesto. The cheesiness comes from the pesto as well as the Gouda cheese and the extra Parmesan cheese that you add to the pizza. You've got the tomatoes. That flavor is punched up because it's in the oven for a while, so that kind of brings out the flavor of a tomato. The arugula gives it a peppery flavor. And then of course, this delicious salmon. It all works so well together, and you can taste that olive oil finisher along with the salt. It is a beautiful pizza. It's fresh, it's healthy, and it's got lots of protein on it, because look at all of this salmon on this one piece of pizza. I'm Tara the Foodie, taking the mystery out of cooking for you, and I will see you next time.